Hello and happy holidays. This is Conversations here on NTA Network. My name is Nike and we have beautiful ladies in the house. We're going to be talking about our skin. I'll leave them to introduce themselves. Edith. Bright Eyes.
Divan.
I'm laughing because Devan, you usually have like a two-way.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Oh, at the end of
Yeah.
okay. All right. So, ladies, we're going to be talking about Hamattan and our skin. And shout out to all the soap and cream sellers in Nigeria, because I know right now sales are going through the roof because of the weather, and people are taking baths a bit more often and creaming even more, or oiling a bit more. So that's our topic. I'll leave you all to ruminate a little bit on what we're going to say, and we'll be right back after this in the conversation room.
The environment impacts human health just as human activities impact the environment. This interaction between human health and the environment has become common knowledge. In Nigeria, it is the Hamattan season. Hamattan is described as a dry and dusty wind that blows southwards from the Sahara across the country. It occurs between the end of November and March each year. On its passage over the desert, it picks up large amounts of dust particles and transports them hundreds of kilometers over the south. The effects of Hamattan varies, and mainly negative, as it induces desert-like weather conditions. It lowers the humidity, dissipates cloud cover, prevents rainfall formation, and sometimes creates big clouds of dust or sand, which can even result in violent dust storms or sandstorms. Also, it is a natural hazard that affects all exposed surfaces of humans, like the skin, the eyes, nose, mouth, and the respiratory tract, which directly communicates with the atmosphere. Therefore, the need for public health education to discourage seasonal lifestyles that are adverse to good health and to encourage adoption of favorable lifestyles include
Hello and happy holidays. This is Conversations here on NTA Network. My name is Nike and we have beautiful ladies in the house. We're going to be talking about our skin. I'll leave them to introduce themselves. Edith. Bright Eyes.
Divan.
I'm laughing because Devan, you usually have like a two-way.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Oh, at the end of
Yeah.
okay. All right. So, ladies, we're going to be talking about Hamattan and our skin. And shout out to all the soap and cream sellers in Nigeria, because I know right now sales are going through the roof because of the weather, and people are taking baths a bit more often and creaming even more, or oiling a bit more. So that's our topic. I'll leave you all to ruminate a little bit on what we're going to say, and we'll be right back after this in the conversation room.
the environment impacts human health just as human activities impact the environment. This interaction between human health and the environment has become common knowledge. In Nigeria, it is the Hamattan season. Hamattan is described as a dry and dusty wind that blows southwards from the Sahara across the country. It occurs between the end of November and March each year. On its passage over the desert, it picks up large amounts of dust particles and transports them hundreds of kilometers over the south. The effects of Hamattan varies, and mainly negative, as it induces desert-like weather conditions. It lowers the humidity, dissipates cloud cover, prevents rainfall formation, and sometimes creates big clouds of dust or sand, which can even result in violent dust storms or sandstorms. Also, it is a natural hazard that affects all exposed surfaces of humans, like the skin, the eyes, nose, mouth, and the respiratory tract, which directly communicates with the atmosphere. Therefore, the need for public health education to discourage seasonal lifestyles that are adverse to good health and to encourage adoption of favorable lifestyles, including modification of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but I'll
ready
be
with
asking questions in regard to that. Your potatoes, will you cook them or
No,
you're
you blend
using
it.
the-
You blend it.
raw?
Yes, raw. Yes.
And then you add some
you might
groundnut
not have
oil.
nothing. You might not have nothing.
Okay, you
just
can
the
use it
mask
just
on
like
your
that.
face, your neck.
And what will it do?
You just maybe lighten your skin if you want it, but if you don't want it to be lightened, just few minutes you wash it off just to make it smooth and you look young. It makes you look fresh.
Oh, really?
Most of those things are for freshness.
Okay,
So
like
just
you'd leave it on for like what?
30
5
minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Now I understand when you say if you can bear it.
30 minutes.
I really haven't been the type to go into my kitchen and get, cucumbers and put on my eyes and
Eyes
everything.
and, yeah.
If I can pick it off the shelf in a supermarket where they've already mixed it and kept it in a nice bright container for me,
Yeah.
I will do that. But I've just never really been one to pick off stuff in the kitchen and put it on my skin.
I agree with you because I'm wearing my hair natural now. I don't perm my hair anymore. So I've been going online, studying up stuff about how best to soften and grow my hair naturally and things like this because I really, really want to part ways with all these harsh cosmetics we put in our hair.
Okay.
And there are quite a few, really good tips online. And that was where I also found out that blended onion, you blend that, you massage it into your scalp, maybe use like the saran wrap,
Yeah.
to hold it in place. If you can do that overnight and everything. And then I think about how badly my pillow will smell, so I don't even bother. But I mean, I keep reading on and on about how onion, it even works for bald spots. You have a bald spot, if you keep applying onion juice to it, after a time your hair grows out.
Wow.
Yeah. But of course, that's not just meant for the Hamattan. So specific to the Hamattan, I do know that you need to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Meaning that you need to drink more water. There are people who will take like 5 bottles of Coke and think, no, that's not it. If you're taking anything that is not water, it's not water, simple. You are not hydrated. Yeah? Yeah, you have, true. You can go you can go several days and not drink water and not know you didn't take water. Because, you had this cup of tea, then you had this soda, then you had the other thing, and then you forget to take even a glass of plain water, nothing added to it. And
are you good at drinking water yourself?
I drink loads of water.
I'm not very good at drinking water. I try, but
if you do it for a while, you get used to it.
Yeah. Water is good this season. It does hydrate. You have to hydrate, especially here in the capital where it's hot
and dry.
You need to stay hydrated. The trick is keep water in your mind. Keep it in front of you. When I go out, I take a bottle of water. When I'm leaving the office, I take a bottle of water. I have it in the car. If I'm dropping from the car, I take it with me.
Okay.
So that way, you see it, and when it becomes cumbersome, what do? You drink it and toss the bottle. So you need to keep the water in view so you stay hydrated. For me, that is one of the most important things for, keeping your skin good in this season. And I don't know whether it's a coincidence that the first time I was professionally in front of a camera, I was doing a commercial for a petroleum jelly.
Really?
Yeah. That was, I auditioned in Jos and then shot the commercial in Lagos. But that was the first time I was professionally in front of a camera, and that's how I got into broadcasting, the broadcast. So I did a commercial for petroleum jelly, and till today, petroleum jelly is part of my regime. Yes, really, seriously. It hydrates the skin and it's cheap.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
It's cheap. It's not something that you have to go an extra mile to get. For your limbs, it works. I can testify to that. Not because I did the commercial, but because now I know. And I grew up in Jos, Kano, and what would your parents use on you? Petroleum jelly. Okay. And it still works till today. It's not rocket science.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of coconut oil. Petroleum jelly, well, yes, but when the weather is extremely harsh, like this period, petroleum jelly and shea butter. I'm a fan of that
shea
as well.
butter is really good.
Yeah.
Shea butter is really good. And there are some natural oil that is very good.
Such
Very
as?
natural. You process it from the original oil, our red oil. and they're very good
from
to the
palm
skin.
oil?
Yes, from the palm
Really?
oil, yes.
How do you
process that?
It's our work. But some professionals for
so
that.
she is a professional?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Good that you're saying that now, because you're giving us a lot of tips. And
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more, like the palm oil thing. How does it work?
Oh, you don't want to reveal
You don't
your
want to
trade
reveal
secrets?
your trade
Not
secrets.
really, not much. Just tell it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get your palm oil. There's certain palm oil, I think that's mixed from Osun State. There's the way they go about it is very different from the real palm oil.
Oh, I see.
Really?
Yes. So you process that. Maybe for us, we ferment it. It becomes like the shell butter, but it's not shell butter. That comes with treatment.
Okay.
Oh.
But
That
is it
comes with
red?
treatment, yes.
It's
And
red.
It treats the skin.
Yeah.
So in that case, you can't have itching in the skin. In that case, you can't break out. In that case, you can't, acne is, your skin is intact and firm.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Especially now, I mean, there's so many conspiracy theories out there, so people are really scared of just picking up just anything and putting it on their skin. However, I do know that for me, what works, you asked what works for us specifically, and you asked, do I take water? I take loads of water, not just for staying hydrated, not just for my skin or hair or whatever. I take it specifically for health reasons.
Okay.
And when I'm at my peak, I can actually go up to 4 liters a day.
4.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
very good.
And I tend to buy in smaller bottles.
Okay.
It's easier to finish in a few gulps
Yes.
than when you carry the 1.5 liter around. Then it becomes a chore and all this. So when I really put my mind to it, I can do up to 4 liters a day, sometimes 6.
Yeah, but your trips to the ladies must be like every...
That's a lot. That's a lot. So I know how I manage it. When I wake up in the morning, I do a lot of that before I leave the house.
Oh, okay.
And then when I come back again in the evening.
Okay.
So that I'm not, most of our public spaces are not,
They are not that
conveniences. They're not
convenient.
those kinds of places where
Exactly.
you feel free to go and sit and start doing anything. So, and so on. However, apart from that, for me, yes, I will use petroleum jelly, but mostly on my elbows and knees and those areas that are most likely to get chapped.
Okay.
The soles of my feet.
Okay.
At least I'm not a huge fan of using it all over my skin. Yes, it does stop you from turning white. Yeah, and it gives that supple look and everything. But there's also this thing where as you're walking, sand sticks to your body.
Yeah, it attracts a lot of dust.
Yeah, and it attracts dust and everything, and you go home and you take a shower and you leave this dark ring around the bathtub. I don't really like petrol. I'm not a huge fan, except for specific parts of my body. So what I do, there's a specific lotion that works for me really good, especially in the dry. Whatever else I'm using in the rest of the year, once the season gets dry, I'm going for that lotion.
Okay.
It's very light. It goes right into my skin. It doesn't do the dust gathering thing, and it doesn't make you shine bright like a star. Shine bright like a diamond. It doesn't make you shine bright like a diamond, but you're not turning white. Those of us who are dark skinned are very prone to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes your skin gets dry and irritated. You scratch a bit and then it turns white and leaves those marks, and I really hate it.
Yeah.
So with that lotion, that doesn't, and I might put a tipple of coconut oil in it or olive oil in it to give it a little extra body.
Okay.
But I've tried using coconut oil by itself. I'm not a fan.
Really?
I've used shea butter. I'm not a fan. I'm not screaming from the rooftops yet.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm using it because people say it's so good for your skin. I know it's made of natural products and all this, but I'm not at that place where I'm like, yay, I use shea butter and this thing now. I'm still not there yet.
Okay. What about exfoliation in this season? I was going to ask Brightest if that is a good idea. Is it good to exfoliate in this dry season?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's good. Most of the dust get your skin blocked.
Okay.
So it's good.
Okay.
And for me, anyway, I don't know the products she's going to come up with. For me, I just keep it simple. There's a product that has a bit of the coarse walnut thing, walnut shell or whatever, and it's mixed in with a peach cream, and I just use it as
a scrub.
Yeah, as a scrub. And not only when you exfoliate, it's not just the face. You have to exfoliate your elbows, you have to exfoliate your knees, you have to exfoliate the soles of your feet and all that, because I mean in the dry season it is a very tough time for the skin. So you have to do all of these things. And another thing that's very important for the skin in the dry season, sleep.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In the dry season
specifically. Specifically because you need to rest more. It seems like your body tends, especially even in countries where it gets wintry and it's cold, your body tends to shut down more. And it's a time of the year that you need to sleep a little bit more. I don't know. Even animals do hibernate during the winter, true. You understand? So it's like when it's colder or the temperatures are supposed to be lower, like this dry season, one way or the other, at night it gets cooler. So you need to get a little more sleep.
And maybe nature is actually giving us a hint. This is the period of longer nights and shorter days.
There you go.
By 6 p.m. it's already getting really dark.
So go to bed.
So for you to rest more.
You need more rest. I think when the season is harsh, you need more rest.
What about the effects on the skin, like when you take alcohol? Because I know this season a lot of people are partying, a lot of people are celebrating one thing or another, or the year has come to an end, it's been a good year, money in the bank, that kind of thing. Is alcohol, is it that bad for our skin, Brightest?
For me, generally, alcohol is not good for the body. So talk more of the skin. It's not good.
And what about fried food?
Fried food, no, it's not good. So many people break out. Anything fried breaks so many people out.
And you know, one reason why alcohol is particularly bad at this time, not that you can't have a small tipple here and there, but if you're one of these heavy drinkers, the reason why it's a really bad idea right now is because it dehydrates. And this is already a dry season. So the last thing you want to do is rid your body of whatever hydration it already has by drinking too much. So that's the reason why alcohol is not good. Another thing that people might find a bit curious, like I'm this kind of person who likes to take my bath and see steam coming out of the water. I love hot baths. This is the bad time for it. And usually you wake up. Yes, it dehydrates you. It rids your skin of whatever little sebum is still in there. Because it strips you.
Hot water is not really good for the skin.
Yes, it's ordinarily not good for the skin anyway, but right now it's particularly bad.
You know why I'm asking?
And that's when you wake up with cold mornings.
Cold mornings and then
cold nights.
Cold mornings and then bath with cold water?
No, not cold water.
Cold water.
But warm.
Friendly warm water.
Warm water.
Not hot.
Hot, like
not
I like
hot.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
I like
hot.
almost sauna level hot.
Yeah,
And I really scrub. And then the scrubbing thing is good though, but within this period you still do it you know, with some degree of, don't go overboard.
Moderation.
Yeah, you do it with some moderation. You don't want to stress the skin too much at this time.
Okay. It's funny you should say that, because when I'm bathing for my children versus when, you know, their nanny baths for them, it's different, because I'm getting the hot water. They know that it's on.
And they'll get used to it. I got used to it because of
hot. Too hot, but they know that mommy's bath is...
I got used to it. I got used to it because that's how I was bathed when I was growing up. So if my water is not really hot, it's not happening. And it's not good for the skin. So the sooner you tone it down, the better.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and you know that if you wake up with a slight headache and you do the hot bath, it escalates.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know
that. It escalates actually, because it brings up the pressure a bit, right? When you do the hot bath, it brings the blood pressure up a little bit as well.
Okay.
So the headache escalates actually. So during this season, the water should be moderately hot, warm, not too hot. Or if you like it hot, okay, just a little. Make it moderate, not steaming hot. And then keep drinking lots of water. Even the alcohol thing. If you can't help it, if the party is on and you must drink, make sure that you take lots of water the next day in the morning. Lots of water. And some say tomato juice does, it does well for the skin, as well as it brings back the balance. It rehydrates quickly. It helps your body absorb any water you're drinking quickly. That's what they say with the tomato juice. So these are some of the things that you should do, and it all helps to keep you hydrated and keep your skin okay during the dry season.
I've read somewhere that it's a good practice to say that when you take, for instance, a glass of orange juice, for every glass of orange juice you take, you should take 4 glasses of water to, you know,
Oh, really?
keep the balance.
Yeah. I
to
didn't
keep
know
the
that.
balance.
Yes,
I've
you have
heard
to.
that.
Yes,
When
you
you
have to,
say
because
orange juice, are you referring to the stuff that comes out of the cartons or proper
Any
squeezed
drink
fresh?
that is not water, you know, anything
Oh.
that's not water, a soft drink, whatever, for every glass you have of that, you should take 4 glasses of water just to balance it out. That's what I read
I've
somewhere.
heard that said about alcohol, that it helps to stave off the what do you call it? The hangover the
Oh,
following
okay.
day, so you don't wake up feeling as if
Well,
your
who
head will
remembers to drink
explode
4
and
glasses
so
of
on.
water after,
Yeah.
after a night of partying?
Yeah, and something else I found out, which I think is interesting, you know, so many of us are huge fans of medicated or antiseptic soaps. You're not supposed to use them if you're not having a specific skin problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and so if you're one of these people who, as a matter of habit or matter of course, you just head for the first, and in fact you have a particular brand of antiseptic soap you use all the time, most people in the skin industry will tell you you're doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
If you have a skin problem, you use it at that time, let it go and go back to just a regular
natural thing.
Yeah, a natural thing, maybe your black soap, or for the rest of all, any other toilet soap.
Toilet soap,
But it doesn't
okay.
have to be
An
an
antiseptic.
antiseptic for you to be clean.
Yeah, I guess, you know, the smell of the antiseptic soap just gives
Maybe
you the
there's
impression
that.
that it's doing some work and you just need to.
And other people want to take it a notch because they feel like that makes them extra hygienic and stuff.
Well, that's true.
You're overdoing it, and it's really bad for you when the season is dry like it is now.
Yeah.
This is when you really want to avoid it, except it's absolutely necessary.
All right, can I ask Bryce, the potato scrub, would we say that that would be an exfoliation, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it
So
is.
that's a natural exfoliator
Yes,
from your kitchen.
yes.
So, but what are the kind of other exfoliating stuff that we can use during this season, especially the face? You know, for me, when I do a facial, I want it to get to my neck, so my neck is not looking
Different from your
maltreated, and my face is looking so good. So I try to do. So what's your advice? What else do we use to exfoliate?
Your rice.
rice.
Yes.
Okay,
Rice,
do you
can
crush that
actually,
or
yes,
just use
blend it and mix it with lemon, just a slice of lemon in it. You scrub your body with it.
Boiled rice?
No, you don't boil it. You blend it.
Just
Will you
raw
blend
rice.
it dry or
Dry.
wet?
Dry blend.
Dried.
Oh, really?
blend.
Dried, yes.
Okay.
So you
So if I buy rice flour, sorry, because I can't start to pick. I'm not sure my
the rice.
blender would.
No, the dry cup.
Oh,
the
dry cup.
yeah,
The dry
yeah.
cup.
Oh,
The
okay,
dry
we'll
cup.
do that.
Okay,
The
dry
dry
cup.
Just
I'll
your
blend
lemon,
it,
mix it with the lemon.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Okay.
So okay, let me get this straight. Dried rice
Yes.
in the dry cup. You blend a bit, then you squeeze lemon juice, then
and
you
mix
mix
it
it into a
together.
little paste, then you use it as a scrub
All over your body.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
will lime perform the same function as lemon?
No. Lime
Okay.
is very harsh.
Oh, so lemon
Very
is
harsh.
milder.
Mild, yes. And
That has always confused me. I'm like, these dudes are brothers. If I can use the lemon, why not the
lime,
lime?
yes.
Lime is more
highly
acidic.
acidic.
Yeah, it's more
Okay.
acidic.
Highly acidic.
Oh, really?
But the lemon just there, you can, maybe in the morning, a little of it in your water.
To drink?
Yes.
And what will that do?
Easily digestion.
Okay.
Or maybe your system. It flushes anyway.
Okay,
Yes.
flushes
the
out
system, yes.
Okay.
And
Now,
one
the
thing I
system.
know also about lemon, it has the oils, and those oils too are really good.
from the juice or
skin.
from the skin?
The skin
From the
too.
The
skin.
skin
Good,
has
yes.
oils, and I know where if you're breaking out, some people have been advised to take the lemon, squeeze out the juice, then the skin, not the inside, not the white part,
The-
the
the-
real
the outer
skin with
part,
the oil.
yeah.
You do the oil, try to get the oil on your face and leave it for a bit. It has an
Even to your
antiseptic,
body,
yeah,
yes,
it has
it
an
has. I didn't
antiseptic
Body your
action,
orange
yes.
too. Body your
It
orange
has an
too.
antiseptic. The oil has an antiseptic action, so you leave it there for a bit, and after a while, you just wash it off with your regular soap, and that too works for.
Let's
for some
not
people.
let's not forget the soles of our feet.
Yes, that's what.
People
Yeah.
tend to neglect that part of the body. I don't know if it's because, especially, sorry guys.
The men, I didn't want to go there, but you've
Yeah, I
gone
mean,
there.
like, we have to go there. We're talking about everybody's skin care and
Yeah.
body care, personal hygiene during the dry season. I don't know if it's because men usually have their feet in socks and then they wear most
Is
of the
that
time
it?
covered shoes.
Yeah.
The
Well,
chances of them getting a pedicure is slim to zero. And then, you know, I guess some men feel squeamish about walking into a woman because you don't get such services in barbers' shops. So you have to walk into a hair salon to get that done. So maybe they get squeamish and so. So I have seen cracks in feet that, you know, you're like, you know, you don't know what to think. But I mean, it's, you know, I'm quick to forgive men when it's the men. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But when it's a woman, I'm, no, sweetheart,
Sister,
no.
please.
Please don't do this. I mean, you don't have somebody in your life.
You know what? You know what? It's habit. You just have my grandmom had a pumice stone.
I do too.
Simple pumice stone, and
yeah.
she would bathe us in cold, freezing Jaws Hamattan. She would line all of us, the grandkids, would be like 10. There'll be this hot, boiling...
Which would get cold before you're done with number one.
That pot would be on the fire.
Okay, it's on the fire. Yeah,
that pot is on the fire. If you're done, she's getting another pot, another bucket. Everybody gets one bucket. You get scrubbed down. It's that kind of scrub where if you don't close your mouth, my grandmom's going to run that sponge over your teeth. So, I mean, these are some of the childhood memories that I have. But she would, when she's done with you, the modern spa would not compare, because what she would finish with that, and then she had a stool. You would sit there, then she would use that
Grab
to
your
scrub your feet. I don't know where
For
that
those
woman
who
got
don't
the
know,
strength.
it's that
Oh,
black
wow.
rough stone that
I
looks
mean,
like a rock.
A rock. It is a rock.
It's in
It's
every
not
market. It's
expensive.
everywhere. It's cheap.
And every time you take a bath, just run it on the soles of your
And
feet.
you're good.
And
Yeah.
you're good. Your
Yeah.
feet will never be callous. They will never crack. And just make it a habit.
A habit.
And that
I was
is
going
it.
to say that.
You
Yes.
have a pedicure every time you take a bath. That's just it.
It's funny you should mention the pedicure and men. I'm so particular about it, especially when I just got married. I used to do it for my husband, because I'm like, when I see a man that's walking and I'm like, did his wife not see him leave the house?
I do that for my husband.
Yeah, I'll
too,
get the
because
water and do it. It's had no big deal. I mean, so I can be a slay queen outside, but these feet, I need to attend to them, because sometimes he just doesn't really. I would do it fine. Since the kids have come, Sha, I haven't done it, but back then I would make sure those feet look really good before he leaves the house.
Yeah,
it's,
and
for me, it's
another very simple thing to do. As you oil your body, just go all the way down to the soles of your feet, especially now.
Yeah.
Because those are the parts that turn white fastest. There, your knees, your elbows, your lips get chapped very quickly too. So and then your hair. Your hair, let's not forget the hair.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
that's where, I mean, like, this is not one of those times where, because you're carrying a bob or whatever, you think, okay, everything is well covered, so there's no point oiling the... This is where some of these shortcuts won't work.
Yeah,
just
true.
every other day or daily, if you can, just lift the thing, oil it, oil
Place
all
it back.
around. You just have to, you know. You can't, because if your scalp gets dry enough, it becomes itchy. From the itchiness, you get that dry flakiness, and then each time you scratch, you leave. Sometimes it's not dandrufful. It's just that your scalp is so dry, that the dead skin cells are just falling off every time you. So there's need to pay particular attention. And as we do these things, we need to get our children. You know, you don't do it with, and then you leave it. Start teaching kids, especially, I don't know, we have to be gender appropriate nowadays.
Yeah.
I was going to say, especially the girls. There needs to be extra careful, take particular attention of your looks during the dry season, because that's when all your family secret is going to come out if you're not secret. If you're not, you know, if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about using white powder during the Hamattan? Is that a good idea? Because you tend to look white anyway.
I don't use it at any time.
White powder?
I always
No
use
way.
brown powder.
Really?
Yes.
What about you?
Well, I tend to use a bit of white powder because I have a pretty shiny face. It's not just the T-zone. It's always shiny. So I need the white powder to, like, kind of take in the oils. But
Okay.
I don't know. It depends on your skin tone.
Okay.
It depends on your skin tone and how much you moisturize. Anyway, your face needs to be moisturized, and if your face is moisturized, then if you have an oily skin, then you need to do the white powder and then the brown powder, depending on your skin tone and the nature of your skin type. white powder is not really so bad in the dry season,
Okay.
but then again, depends on who's using it.
Okay. Bryces, what about our makeup regimen in this period? Should it be different from during the not so dry period? Should it be different the way we apply our makeup?
Makeup depends on you, how you want it. The most important thing is to moisturize your skin
Okay.
with a good oil, good products.
Okay.
So
I was going to say that, especially for those of us who are dark-skinned but want to be light-skinned, you know, there are all these cosmetics that can make that happen for you. I'm not even being judgmental here. Hey, do what works for you. You know, do what rocks your world. But it has a thinning effect. So, I mean, like, you can use those products in the earlier part of the year. But once it starts getting dry, because they already have this tendency to thin out the skin, you really need to, like, it's either you look for something more subtle, or you just let it go, use some neutral lotion or something, and then you can continue again in the following year. But it really thins out the skin. So you don't want to be doing that in the dry season. Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, I think that nowadays lots of natural remedies, as she said, and if you tend to look for lotions that have more of the shea butter, more of the palm oil, more of the coconut oil, more of the aloe vera, more of these natural, basic natural things that, you know, is the hype now. I think it's, as Devon is saying, you're doing more good to your skin. And then people tend to forget that the skin is like the largest organ, actually.
Yeah.
Your skin needs to breathe. Your skin needs to take out waste product via sweat. Your skin also needs to, I don't know, relax. So even going to bed with makeup on
It's a bad idea.
is a bad idea. If you've had makeup on all day, in the evening, the best thing to do is to wash your face and go to bed without makeup. So your face can breathe. Your skin needs to breathe. So in all of this, even while we want to load up on so many things, there comes a point when you really need to just let go, something really light on your skin, so your skin can breathe and rejuvenate, you know. It needs that time too. So I think that's part of the regime as well.
I know we women, because we're constantly either lip glossing or lipsticking at any point. But for the men, what can they use to keep their lips subtle? Because sometimes you see some cracked lips and you're like, sometimes I want to bring it out from my bag and say, here, you can have it. I have 2 in my bag already.
Well,
you know?
if I may come to that, you know the lip gloss thing?
Yes.
Even as a woman, I don't like it.
No way.
You know, you go around looking like you just ate pork, and all, it's not necessary. Give me a chapstick any day. You know,
Chapsticks are better.
Yeah,
for me, really.
it gives
Yeah,
you the-
for me, yeah. Chapsticks are better because chapsticks are already made to measure. For that, it is purpose made.
Yes,
Yes,
for that
yeah,
specific
for that
purpose.
specific season, especially for those who have harsh winter weather. So we now bring it down to the Hamattan weather, same level, same kind of harshness. So
Yeah.
the chapstick is already made with the emollients that keep your lips supple, so they don't crack. But then again, if lip gloss is your thing, why not?
Why not? Especially
Yeah.
if you're a lady,
Yeah.
but I don't want to say it on the man. Seriously. Girl, even if you don't have the petroleum jelly, you have hair cream, it'll work. Seriously, don't do the lip gloss thing. Seriously.
If you're a man, right?
No, not for a man. Only two. No. Yeah.
I think the men should take a cue and just have something, even on your office table. And if I say the car, you know how the weather can be. It's just going to melt right. It'll become oil in a minute. So, but I would love for almost every man to have a chapstick in his back pocket, because you will need it in this season.
At this time.
Yeah, you'll need it at this time.
Guys, it's okay to be metrosexual.
It's fine.
We will not hold it against
It's
you.
fine to have
a little bit
chapstick.
of grooming helps
Yes.
every time. Yeah? And also the nails. Nails, everything gets pretty brittle within this period, you know. I don't really know. What tips would you have for looking after the nails
in the dry season,
so that they
yes.
don't just crack and
Crack.
keep chipping and things like this?
Hadna.
I'll have now. think that's good.
But what
I
about for
wanted-
men?
Yeah.
For men, they do it too.
Hard now.
Hatma is good for them too.
Really?
It's hard now. You just said metrosexual was okay. What's wrong with
Not that deep. No.
Okay, I'm finding out new stuff. Really? Okay, so but apart from the hardener, what else can we do to keep those
keep
nails?
it
You
clean.
okay? If you keep the nails short, yeah, keep them filed, yeah,
Yes.
and then keep them moisturized with petroleum jelly fan, with petroleum jelly.
Yeah, it's
and
great
then
for the
yeah,
hands.
for you see, grooming is a basic thing, and what
Very.
if you just do it
Moisturize the
continuously?
hands.
You get
So,
used
yeah,
to it.
You get used to it.
Moisturize the hands
Every
too.
time you wash your hands, moisturize. Simple. It's just a simple rule.
Simple.
Yeah.
And for somebody like me who is a stickler for hand washing, I have the moisturizer right there in the bag. I have one on my office table. I have one on my bedside table in the bedroom. So these are little things that you do for yourself. Keep your space occupied like that. So if I just wash my hand, I'm running to go and moisturize.
Okay.
You
I'm
understand?
guilty of that. I'm not very much into the hand, and it's very, very important. It's
It
very
is.
important. That's how you end up with old looking hands. Like for somebody like me, for instance, so I do dishes, I wash my undies, I'm always doing something with water. That's why you'll find most times I don't even bother doing the manicure thing. I know within a matter of hours, the whole thing will go off, a nail will fall off and so on. So I
Okay.
don't really go the extra mile because my hands are always doing something with water and I don't moisturize enough. And that's very important. Even if it's the petroleum jelly, use it. Use it on your hands. Use even hair lotion. I mean, I'll keep saying it. Your
Yes.
body lotion.
Yes.
Just any kind of lotion on your hands subsequently.
Forward.
But what you don't want to use within this period, again, you don't want to use these sanitizers. Hand
Okay.
sanitizers
Those
within
tend
this
to
time,
dry-
not
yeah,
a
they
very
tend
good
to
idea
dry
because
the
it's
hands.
mostly alcohol.
Yes.
It's mostly alcohol and that dries you out. So instead of, it's quick and easy if you absolutely must, okay then, but it should not be your go-to remedy for keeping your hands sanitized. Just wash and cream your hands.
Moisturize.
Wash and moisturize.
Same thing with the toners and cleansers and these things.
Yeah, all those.
You don't want to use the ones that have a very high content of alcohol at this time because they'll dry you out some more. So you use the ones with less, or
And
if
it
you can
pecks
do
you
the
out.
natural stuff.
Yeah. And having said that, even with the natural things or the not so natural things, you need to find out what works best for you.
For your skin.
You are an advocate for all things petroleum jelly. For other people, they're like, oh, petroleum jelly darkens me.
Yes.
Shea butter darkens me. So find what works for you and stick with
yeah,
it. Just
yeah.
roll with it. You know, I have a couple of friends that wouldn't touch petroleum jelly with a yardstick because they say it darkens them. And, you know,
I'm starting to feel bad.
really right.
What's wrong with getting dark?
Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with it.
Hello, African.
Hi.
No, but I get it really. I mean, it's over here. It's novel to be light skinned, and our men are more attracted to the light skinned women because the generality of us are dark skinned. So of course, men will gravitate toward the lighter skinned women because they're how would you put it now? They stand out.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. I'd probably stand out if I went to maybe a place that's dominated by maybe Caucasians and so on and so forth. Because even for, you know, a black person, I'm pretty dark skinned. So I'd probably stand out and really be like the main attraction and everything.
Yeah.
So I get the psychology of it. Yeah. But I just think people should do what works for them. If you want to be lighter skinned, why not?
Yes,
Feel free,
definitely.
you know, and everything.
Yeah.
I really have no judgments with that because I know that there are some ladies and even some men who really feel low about the fact that they're dark skinned. You know, our cosmetics industry throws that at us.
Yes.
The movie industry, the music industry, it's rare or almost impossible to see a dark skinned woman in that. You know, so everybody's light-skinned and everything, and it weighs some people down and they want to be lighter-skinned. I don't see anything wrong with it, you know. But if you're going to do it intelligently. Don't try to go from my tone to hers in like 2
brightest.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that everybody thinks something is wrong with you. And all. You
Yeah.
can do it in an intelligent way and phase yourself out gradually over a period of 3 years.
Phase
But
out.
as she said, in the dry season, you have to be absolutely careful
Yeah.
because things tend to go wrong with the skin within this period that the season is really dry and in Abuja very hot at the same time.
Yeah. Brightus, do you do any skin treatments for people this period? What's common? What are people doing right now?
Right now, it's all about moisturizing
Okay. Okay.
and a lot of jelly.
Okay.
We have some jelly products made out of aloe vera.
Okay.
That is
Okay,
very
and
good for
what
the
do
skin.
those jellies do? They also moisturize.
Yes.
Okay.
And what really matters is what keeps you firm. Whether you're dark or you're fair, what you need is for your skin to be firm. Your neat everywhere, no knuckles. Whether you're light
dark
or you're
knuckles,
dark,
yeah.
no dark knuckles.
And people tend to look out
Yeah,
for
that-
stuff
yes.
like that.
That's called hyperpigmentation, right? Or something like that. Because some people, even as natural light-skinned people, tend to have hyperpigmentation
Yes.
on the knuckles, elbows, knees, and things like this.
Because that happens naturally, doesn't it?
It's
sometimes?
natural because
Some,
there are
some people are light-skinned,
Yeah.
evenly light-skinned
Yes.
all over, but other people have those problems and they didn't bleach. And other people use that as a
judge
as a marker. Oh, you have dark knuckles, so
Yeah,
you
so
bleached. Not
no.
necessarily.
I'm
Sometimes
glad you're
it's
saying
not.
this on national TV because
Yeah.
some people they judge you when they see your elbows are darker than the rest of you, but
Yeah.
they're like, what have you been doing?
And it's not
It's
necessarily
not like
so.
that.
Yeah.
And then if you have that problem, you should just exfoliate more in those areas. You should exfoliate more. And if you have the smootheners, the smoothing stones, those ones that are not rough like the pumice stone,
Okay.
you can use it too, just to smoothen your elbows once in a while and your knees, you know. That takes care of the rough skin.
And
It's
your
rough
sugar
skin
too?
is dead skin, really. It's just dead skin that has, you know, accumulated, and you just have to take care of it by exfoliating it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She mentioned sugar as well, that you can use that to smoothen out some.
Just
So that's
regular
the
sugar?
granulated sugar.
Regular sugar. It is
Okay.
just your lemon.
With
Okay.
lemon again.
Little lemon in it.
Okay. And you can use it as an exfoliator for the
Yes,
elbows and the
elbow,
knees
the nails, the
and
hand,
the
dark
knuckles. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a
Nice
good,
to
yeah,
know.
that's
Nice
good.
to know too. All right, so well, I don't want to be too hard on men, but that the grooming thing, we should take it. And as you were going to say, we have to be politically correct. We tend, when mothers are raising children, they tend to tell the girls, you have to take care of your skin, you have to do this, you have to do that, without passing the same message
To the
the
boys.
boys. And then we wake up one day and want nice looking, well-groomed guys, and nobody ever gave them the tip. So I'm placing this squarely on the doorstep of mothers and dads. When you're giving your girls the tips on how to look good, how to do skincare, hair care, everything, you must give those same tips, equal treatment to the boys, because the boys need to be groomed as well.
Yeah.
What should we be eating right now
That's
to
a
make
good
our
one.
skin
Yeah,
look good?
food.
Yeah.
More
Right.
fruits,
Okay.
More fruit. Vegetables.
vegetables, fruits.
Like the spectrum is so
For
wide,
me,
you know.
for me,
Cucumber.
yeah, for me, one of the things that really works for me this season is avocado.
Yes.
Yeah, avocado works for me. It has natural oils in it, and whatever we eat eventually gets to our skin. Anyway, our skin is what we eat. Our skin reflects what we eat.
Yeah.
So avocado works for me. So avocado salads do well for me in this season. I don't know.
I want you to give me that recipe. No, really. I'm not even playing. I'm still wondering what you will do with an avocado that will make me eat it.
No,
Really?
It's
No, I mean
great.
seriously.
It's great. Really, just a slight. Okay, if extreme case, you want to mask it a bit. Avocado, a slice of avocado, a squeeze of lemon, to take care of that other taste. Because really, things like avocado, mushroom, you have to grow the taste for it. So eat half a slice. Start with half a slice. You don't want to eat a whole avocado
And throw up.
on the first day if it's not your thing.
Yeah.
So you start small, a slice of avocado and maybe half an egg. So these two, egg is strong too. If you love eggs, do you like eggs?
No.
Okay, you see, so we're
Something wrong with me.
okay. What about in a salad where you know you can mix it up with
see,
other
no,
things?
salad.
seriously.
We are working towards the
The
salad.
reason I'm
okay.
asking for this recipe, I want to make it for yours truly. So
Okay.
I know he likes avocados and eggs and stuff like
Yeah.
this. So if you can give me a recipe,
Yeah, okay.
that's not only nice on the taste buds, but also nice for the skin.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be nice.
So what I'm saying, a bed of lettuce, a slice, 2 slices, 3 slices of chopped avocado, the hard-boiled egg,
Okay.
yeah, and a squeeze of lemon.
Okay.
That's
As the dressing.
That's the dressing.
Okay.
But some would go extreme. Those who are so used to it, they're going to put mayonnaise on that as well. Yeah.
You didn't say any chopped chicken, grilled
No,
cabbage.
no.
Yeah,
It's a salad, is that?
Yeah, that's it. It's a basic salad. It's something that you're supposed
Basic
to
salad needs to have some meat.
Yeah, it's a side dish. It's not your main meal. It's a side dish. But if you take this, you know, it's good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for the digestive system as well. She's still not convinced.
She's still not a believer.
I'm like, okay, avocado, lemon, egg,
And lettuce.
lettuce.
And some cucumbers if you want.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
Did you try it and you didn't like it, or you just haven't even given
No,
it a
I
shot?
have tried avocados because my mother was a huge fan and she'd make me take a little bit of it with maybe a sprinkling of salt,
yeah.
to help me. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But I'm still, it's something I want to learn how to eat because I keep hearing about all its wonderful health benefits
Yeah.
and all this, and I haven't gotten around to it.
Okay, and the eggs, that's just another...
From childhood.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I see an egg, I'm like,
So what do you eat?
I eat everything. I'm not a huge fan of meat.
Okay.
Beef particularly. I can stand chicken, but if I don't see it, I'm not going to lie down and die.
So fish?
Which is weird for where I come from, actually. So I
I
don't
know.
really like, I don't like meat much.
Okay,
Yeah, if I'm going to do meat, I'll do chicken, preferably grilled.
okay.
Yeah, with plenty of spice on it and everything. I like fish. I like fish
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
good for the skin.
Yeah, I like fish. I like.
Scaly fish is good.
I'm not a
but-
huge fan of milk. or yogurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it safe to say any food that contains a bit of its own oil is good for the skin?
Yes.
I think so.
Natural
Yes.
oils
Natural.
are good for the skin.
Okay.
Omega-3. So fish that's rich in omega-3. Those are the, and they're not the fish that I like, but they're rich in omega-3. That would be the mackerel. Something like mackerel, right?
Yeah, just buy
Yeah.
your sardines.
Yeah,
okay?
sardines,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like sardines.
Yeah,
Bread.
and
I know you like sardines.
yeah.
Sardine fan.
I saw something about sardines.
Don't go there.
I saw a post.
I know. Okay,
So these fish with natural oil is good. This season is good. Anything with oil in foods that come with a natural oil this season. Nuts are good too this
Okay.
season, yeah. And you know, this is a season where you get peckish. So instead of loading up on things that have carbs, you should snack on things that
Healthier
are
stuff.
healthy. Because I don't know, maybe it's because it gets dark quick or what, I don't know. You want to eat between meals this season. Even people in colder climes, they tend to eat more this season, maybe because you go out less, whatever the reason. So you should now try to buy healthier alternatives. Don't go for the carbs, go for the nuts, go for fruits, go for vegetables. Snack on those things. Don't snack on the things that are loaded with carbs.
And since we have a specialist in the house, my little boy, he's 8. He has the driest skin. He has really, really dry skin, and his palms particularly are almost like paper
Wow.
at the best of times. So now that we're in the dry season, what for a little boy, we've been talking mostly about adults here,
Yes.
but for a little boy who has such serious dry skin, what would you recommend?
It's a moisturizer, a natural moisturizer.
Okay,
Often.
like
Yes, too.
like what, the coconut oil, the shea butter.
Yes. The natural oils.
Okay. Is there anything one can maybe add to his diet, or is there a supplement he should be taking or anything like this?
That's for the doctor. The
Mm-hmm.
supplement is for the doctor.
Well, not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
A good moisturizer is okay.
Okay.
And the natural oil
Okay.
over time.
For my own kids, I use coconut oil for them. I mean, from birth, I've been using coconut oil. After a while, coconut oil started getting really expensive. And you know, there are two. So when I buy, the thing just goes like, by the time they take their morning and afternoon bath, it goes. So now I mix it with another brand of oil, and you know, so
Okay.
it lasts us a lot longer. So that's what I use. And shea butter for the days when they were still wearing nappies, but we don't use that so much anymore. But coconut oil for them was fantastic.
Okay.
The well-processed shea butter oil, the one that doesn't have that extra smell. You know, when it's not properly processed, it has this slightly off-putting
smell.
Yeah, but when it's well processed, it's really good. Really, it's good, and it's I think it's kind of gender neutral.
Yeah.
That particular
I think so too.
brand of natural oil.
Yeah, but where would you get access to original,
Well,
properly processed shea butter oil?
Well, I don't know, the local markets, and then you have to have a nose for it. You know the one that smells good, you just buy. And when you go to local markets like the Karu market, for instance, you're bound to see those women.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
come from the villages. They have the well-processed one, and you just do a bit of sniffing. I use my nose. It's my nose that tells me if it has that off-putting smell, you don't buy. But the one that has the really nice natural smell, you just pick that, and it works. Really, it does.
Okay.
And
Maybe I wasn't
preserving it
lucky
as
the
well.
one time I bought
Preserving
it.
your shea butter oil properly too works. If I bought a lot in the market, I keep some in the fridge
In
or
the fridge,
freezer,
yeah.
so
So that it doesn't keep melting.
that doesn't keep melting. Because sometimes you come in and you see that what was solid is now liquid, and
Yeah.
so for the ones that we're not using at that point in time, I keep in the fridge or freezer, and then when we need some more, I just get some more out.
And then there's also this other thing that you can do. When you buy that already processed one from the women, you can still keep a small blender aside where you can actually put it in the blender again and blend. Then it incorporates air, so it becomes fluffier, and then the smell is also reduced. And when you're doing that, you can add coconut oil or rose water, and then that gives it that extra, and it's all natural stuff. So you've done it yourself. So you have it's shea butter, but you blend it with rose water or coconut oil, so it gives it another fragrance.
Yeah, my cousin actually does that. She gets the shea butter from the market, puts some carrot oil, which she makes herself, and then a bit of all these aromatherapy oils,
Yes,
the natural
oils,
essential
yeah.
oils, and just puts it in, and it's fantastic. So whenever
It's amazing the kinds of things that have oils.
Yes.
When I first heard of coconut oil, please nobody laugh at me. I first heard of coconut oil, was it early this year? I was
Really?
shocked. I was like, coconuts have oil? You know, I mean, you see it in stores and everything, but I thought it was just a fancy name. I never imagined that coconuts actually produce oil. Now you're talking about carrot oil.
Carrot
Yes.
oil.
Which I had heard of, but also thought, nah, it's just a fancy name. I didn't know.
It
I mean,
really
like,
does.
I don't get any carrot oily anything when I crunch on a carrot.
Sometimes it's the essence of it, because now you draw the carrot essence into an oil,
Into
a
an oil,
neutral
yes.
oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to get carrot oil, you would not get much natural oil from carrot. It's almost zero. So what they would do is now blend the carrot and then use a natural bland oil, and the essence of the carrot is now sipped
in it.
into the natural oil. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, we're out of time. Hamattan and taking care of our skin.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
fun.
that was a nice one,
It's
actually.
been great. We've had
Yeah.
Divan, Brightest, and Edith in the house talking
Thank
about
you.
how to take care of your skin in this season. Our social media handles available on the screen right now are there. We'd like to hear from you. What works for your kind of skin? Is it oily skin, normal skin, dry skin? Let's hear from you. This has been Conversations here on NTA Network. Join us again for another episode soon. Goodbye.
Bye.